Started from the bottom, now I'm climbing to the skies. From the ghetto to the mansion where money never lies. Turn and change the cheddar, it's my natural endeavor. Stacks getting fatter, I'm getting better than ever. Betting on fights, I'm the king of the ring. Flipping coins to dollars, it's my new favorite thing. Props and parlays got the game on my side. Turn $5 into big money worldwide. Used to count every penny, struggle was relentless, but now I'm on a mission, breaking down all the fences. I'm on top of the world, I'm stopping this ascent. My rise to fame, my journey from the pits.
And what is going on, everyone? It is Fight Week Friday. We got the green lights on, so you know what that means. It's time for change to cheddar, baby. And I'm hoping to keep it rolling because we definitely hit this past weekend. I gave you guys 2 winning parlays. Both were, I think, $10 to win over $100. Or one was the win like 93, and the other one was to win 117. So we won over $200 off of 2 $10 parlays. So hopefully we can keep it rolling this weekend. Midway through the show, I have I think 3 $10 parlays and 2 $5 parlays. So $40 of bets this week. But we are going to go through every single fight on the card. I'm going to give you my picks and predictions for every single fight on the card, from prelims to main card. My last minute, we're going to look at the face-offs and everything like that. And then, at the end of the show, we're going to do the weekly Predict the Fight game. I already have the post scheduled, so that'll be posted at 11. So, yeah, we are rocking and rolling, ready to win some money this weekend. So I appreciate all of y'all for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for your boy. And let's shout out the chat real quick. So up first in here, we got Austin saying, "K Paso, I'm not trying to get demonetized already." Yeah, motherfuckers. Why not? Happy Golden Friday to everyone. Appreciate you stopping by tonight, Austin. We got Paul McTim stopping by saying definitely could use some cheddar this weekend. Tim, if we keep it rolling like we did last weekend, we should, man. We've got Jay Wolf stopping by saying happy Friday, gents. Appreciate you stopping by tonight, Jay Wolf. And then Daniel Aker with the LFG with the cheddar behind it. So with man, I got something in my throat. With that being said, let's jump into the first fight of the night, which is going to be, I believe let me not misspeak. It is Hayani Amanda Dos Santos taking on, Hayani Amanda Dos Santos. On the scale, she is going to be taking on Pooja tomorrow, but Hayani did not have any issues weighing in this morning. We did only have one weight miss on the card, I believe. But we'll talk about that when we come to it. We did have a lot of fighters in the box, but I think it's because there was something wrong with the weigh-in guy. So Hayani Amanda Dos Santos, no issues. Let's take a look at Pooja tomorrow. Also, no issues. But when we see them face off, Hayani Amanda isn't the biggest girl to begin with, and she just looks much bigger than Pooja tomorrow. So earlier in the week, I was on Pooja tomorrow. Earlier in the week, I was on Hayani Amanda. So was D Rose. First Indian female in the UFC. I think that's the headline, and they're trying to give her a winnable fight, but man, Pooja tomorrow is just not good. She's just not a good fighter. It just is what it is. So personally, in this fight, I think we see probably a Hayani Amanda Dos Santos, probably round 2 submission or ground and pound, because Pooja tomorrow has absolutely no ground game. But I think I'm going Hayani Amanda. Give me round 2 submission. So with that being said, you guys aren't going to miss much on that first fight of the night. Probably a squash match or just a regular women's MMA fight. So next fight, we do have Cody the Spartan Stamen. Let me get my odds out, because once again, I'm terrible at doing that. Let me give you the odds for Pooja tomorrow versus Hayani Amanda real quick. Log in. So UFC. The odds for Hayani Amanda is minus 335. Pooja Tamar 270. Let's see. But I am on Hayani. Well, those are all locked. So just kidding. Let's see if we have a submission. Hayani submission round 1 or 2 is plus 290, but round 2 or 3 is plus 480. I'm probably looking at that Hayani Amanda submission prop at plus 480 for the round 2 or 3. But let's be honest, you probably shouldn't be betting on this fight. But I am going Hayani Amanda. So we'll move on to the next one, being Cody the Spartan Stamen taking on the Frenchman Taylor Lapillus. Yeah, it gave no flex up there, just stone cold at the face-off. Yeah, nothing really too crazy going on here. We see Taylor Lapillus, kind of the taller guy. We all know at this point that he has like a 9-inch reach over Cody Stamen, and yeah, I think that's basically going to be the story to this fight is how big of a reach Taylor Lapillus has over Cody Stamen. Currently, odds for this fight plus 220 for Cody Stamen as the underdog, and Taylor Lapillus minus 270, your favorite. Personally, I just have a hard time seeing Cody Stamen get Taylor Lapillus down. Taylor Lapillus has fantastic takedown defense, and even if he does get taken down, he's going to pop back up. So at some point, I just feel like this is going to end up being an on the feet striking fight, and Taylor Lapillus is so clean, so technical. I don't see a way that Cody Stamen wins this fight outside of some sort of banana pill fluke accident here. So give me Taylor Lapillus to win this fight via decision. But I don't mind the 3 or decision. Taylor Lapillus 3 or decision is minus 170. Taylor Lapillus via decision is minus 135. But I wouldn't mind if you covered yourself that 3 or decision, because if Cody Stamen wrestles hard those first 2 rounds and is completely gassed in that third, I could see Taylor Lapillus, just landing that right body kick to finish Cody Stamen in the third. So yeah, Taylor Lapillus 3 or decision for me at minus 170. So I don't think you guys have anything to say about that one. So we'll move on to the next one, which is one of the fights that I was really liking earlier in the week, and then at the face-offs, I'm like, oh no. We've got Eduardo Rondamora taking on Denise D. Gomes. Yeah, Eduardo Mora was our one fighter that did miss weight. She did use the box of shame and was still a half pound over. She weighed in, I believe, 116 and a half. So unfortunately, half pound over the allowed pound. So D. Gomes had no issues making weight at the face-off. Here was where I'm like, oh no, don't get me wrong. I like Denise Gomes. I picked Denise Gomes to win this fight via knockout. Does the size absolutely terrify me? Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm like, oh goodness. But man, I don't know. I think one of these girls finish each other. Currently Eduardo Mora minus 196, Denise Gomes plus 164. This fight under 2.5 minus 120, over 2.5 minus 106. I don't mind the under 2.5 for this fight at minus 120, because if Eduardo Mora wins this fight, she's going to end up taking Denise Gomes down and probably end up ground and pound her, or like just bullying her down and getting some form of sub on her that she wouldn't have gotten if it was maybe the second or the third round, if that makes sense. So yeah, unfortunately, my confidence in like Denise Gomes via knockout has dropped significantly. But I was on I'd like the Nisi Gomes knockout round 1 or 2 at plus 650. If you are still on the D Gomes side and you're still riding with her by knockout, I guess Denise Gomes round 2 or 3 knockout is plus 800, and I don't hate that because the size of Eduardo Mora makes me hesitant to think that Denise Gomes is going to finish her in the first round. I think she's going to have to get gassed out just a little bit. So I'm still rocking with my girl D Gomes. I was on round 1, round 2 knockout. Not so much now. Now I'm more of round 2, round 3 knockout, or hopefully she can win 2 of the 3 rounds. Preferably round 2 and round 3, but going to be an interesting one. One that kind of makes me hesitant now, but I am still rocking with my girl. Give me Denise Gomes round 3 knockout, but fully expect me to be wrong on that one. I have to be honest. We got Mo Bear dropping the money packs. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, Mo Bear. We'll move on to the next one, where we have the Sexy Mexi, John Castaneda, taking on Daniel Marcos. Currently, odds for this fight are John Castaneda is currently the dog at plus 108, and Daniel Marcos is your slight favorite at minus 126. This line just closing up more and more. Take a look at the face-offs just real quick. Daniel Marcos is going to have the height advantage, and honestly, I think I expected Daniel Marcos to be the smaller guy, if not like if he was lucky, he would be the same height as John Castaneda, and it looks like Daniel Marcos just a bigger guy, and John Castaneda has to get his wrestling going to win this fight. And Daniel Marcos just, once again, I was talking about Taylor Laplis, just has excellent takedown defense. So, yeah, this is another one where I kind of just see, just like the other one, the Cody Stamann versus Taylor Laplis, I just see Daniel Marcos having the better striking on the feet, the better kickboxing. He has excellent leg kicks. And excellent takedown defense. So the play that I'm liking for this fight is the same play that I liked for Taylor Laplis versus Cody Stamann. I'm going Daniel Marcos to win this fight 3 or decision. At plus 135. So Daniel Marcos to win the fight via decision. Let me give you that. Daniel Marcos to win the fight via decision is plus 170, but 3 or decision plus 175 once again. Daniel Marcos is who I am going with on that fight. Let's see what you guys got to say. Most women's fight, I just hope they have a good fight and make it home safe. All right. Does the hair scare you at all for Daniel Marcos? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's see. We'll move on to the next one, which is Andrea KGB Lee taking on Montana De La Rosa. One that I don't understand why they made her do the box of shame this morning, to be honest, but let's take a look at the face-off. Even with the cowboy hat, Montana De La Rosa, the much bigger girl. The last time that these girls fought, I guess Andrea Lee was more of in her prime, and Montana De La Rosa was still really young and improving as a fighter. Times have changed now, and I think Montana De La Rosa's striking has gotten good enough to compete with Andrea Lee, while her wrestling has also improved, so much better than Andrea Lee. So give me Montana De La Rosa to probably win this fight via split decision, as crazy as it sounds. I don't mind it. But Montana De La Rosa currently a plus 132 dog. Andrea KGB Lee is a minus 156 your favorite. But I don't mind Montana De La Rosa to win this fight via decision at plus 175. And if you want to play with that 3 or decision prop, don't hate it either. That's plus 155. But to be honest, at just plus 132, the dog, you should probably just play that. Yeah, so give me Montana De La Rosa to win this fight via decision. We'll see what you guys got to say here. Mo Bear definitely going KGB, or sorry, definitely KGB on the downhill. Should be a good scrap, though. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I can get Montana as the dog and actually cash once, because I feel like I bet her every time she's the dog and never win. So we'll move on to the next one, being Brad Superman Katona. Is that what's next? Oh, it looks like that was probably before Andrew KGB leave. Or anyway, it is what it is. Brad Superman Katona taking on Jesse Butler, and Jesse Butler this morning just looked terrible. He did use the box of shame, and he just looked god awful. Me and D Rose both were talking about this fight earlier in the week on the podcast, just basically saying, just don't bet this fight. Like, Brad Katona currently minus 720, the favorite. Jesse Butler plus 520. I mean, let's be real here. Is Brad Katona at minus 720, or even whatever prop you're going to play him in, is he worth you losing your parlay? Just don't. Jesse Butler fought all the way up as high as 170, fought most of his career at 145, fought Jim Miller at 155. He did get knocked out, but this is his debut at 135, and he is a big guy. So if you're confident enough that Brad Katona is going to win this fight, sure, go ahead. But yeah, you have bigger balls than me, because I don't know. This just screams, hey, what if you just threw $5 on the underdog? I mean, that's probably what I would do. If I have a bet on this fight, I'm just going to throw $5 on Jesse Butler and just hope for the best. But Brad Katona is not going anywhere near my parlays. Let's be real. It just has parlay buster all over it. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next one. Well, I guess I should let you know. My official pick for that fight, I guess, give me Brad Katona via decision, because that's how Brad Katona wins. Once again, do not bet this. Brad Katona via points is minus 145. That's my pick, but please do not waste your money betting that fight. Anyway, move on. Charles Radke, look at him. Chuck Buffalo, doing Chuck Buffalo things. He is going to be taking on Carlos Prates out of the Fighting Nerds. He's got Muay Thai tattooed across his chest, and they really got into it at the face-offs. Like, they were bumping heads, like headbutting each other. So, yeah, it looks like there's going to be some heat here. How do I say this? Let's just go with the odds first. Currently, odds for this fight are plus 190, the underdog for Charlie Radke, and minus 230 is your favorite, Carlos Prates. I do like Carlos Prates to win this fight, but I guess I've listened to enough people, and I've been, I don't know, kind of swayed or maybe convinced enough on Chuck Buffalo now. I don't think he's a good fighter, to be honest, but I think I just listen to people too much, so maybe they can convince me on it. So my play from earlier in the week was Carlos Prates to win this fight via knockout at plus 110, which is not the best odds in the world, but the most likely outcome for this fight. Carlos Prates to win this fight in by KO in round 2 or 3 is plus 340. I also like that play, or I liked it earlier in the week as well. But I think a lot of people have talked me out of betting Carlos Prates, and for the simple reason of, could this look like the Blood Diamond fight? It could. So Charlie Radke via points could definitely happen. So if I'm betting Carlos Prates via knockout and, Charlie Radke comes out there, blast double legs him every round and just lays on him, I mean, I'm going to be like, fuck. So, just be careful with this fight. If you like Charlie Radke by points, that is plus 440. But I guess I'm still going to go Carlos Prates via KO in, I'm going to say round 3. I'm going to say Carlos Prates KO round 3. And this KO round 2 or 3 prop is minus 340. I'm going with that. I'm sticking with it. Carlos Prates to get it done. So we'll move on to the next one, where we have Thiago Santos taking on I'm sorry, Thiago Moises. I'm sure somewhere in his name there is a Santos. But Thiago Moises taking on Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein. This is going to be a good fight. Currently odds for this fight plus 112 for Thiago Moises and minus 132, your favorite. Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein. Take a look at the face-offs real quick. And both fighters size up very well, about the same size overall. And muscular wise and all, which is surprising because from the front, man, Ludovic Klein definitely looks like he's on all the good stuff. But I mean, Thiago Moises, by no means a small guy himself or anything like that. But yeah, this is going to be a banger. I think something tells me about this fight that I think Thiago Moises likes to test his stand-up more than he should, to be honest. And he's going to find out that's not a good idea this weekend with with Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein. Currently odds for this fight, I don't know if I said it already, but Thiago Moises is plus 112 and Ludovic Klein minus 132. But give me Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein, to knock out Thiago Moises in round 2. I like round 2 for everything, to be honest. But Ludovic Klein to win by KO in round 1 or 2 on FanDuel is plus 480. So I do like that prop. So give me Ludovic Klein to win this fight via round 2 knockout. Up next one is the one that I am terrified of this weekend. So let's get it pulled up. We've got Caramel Thunder, Miguel Baeza taking on Punahele Soriano. We haven't seen Miguel Baeza in a few years after just getting snoozed a few times in a row. And Puna, on the other hand, just lost to Dustin Stolfoots up at 185. So he is dropping down to 170 pounds. And look at that. Made it. No issues, like magic. Taking a look at the face-offs, I guess we're not really learning anything here. We knew Puna was still going to be the shorter guy, but I'm very curious how Punahele Soriano looks tomorrow once he's able to refuel back up. I want to see how big he actually gets and how big he's going to be in the octagon, because, man, this is probably the fight that I have my most exposure on. I have straight bets on this fight. I have an undisclosed amount of money on Punahele Soriano to win this fight via knockout. So that's my play for this fight. Caramel Thunder, it's just known that he has not the best chin, and when Punahele wins, it is via knockout, and it's usually early. So that's my play. Currently odds for this fight, minus 190 Miguel Baeza, plus 160 for Punahele Soriano. So I am on the dog, Punahele Soriano. I am on Punahele Soriano by knockout at plus 300, and I am also on Punahele Soriano by knockout in round 1 or 2, which I believe is plus 400. So don't mind all of those. This is the one where I'm going to either be right and have a lot of money at the end of this weekend, or I'm going to be wrong and be like, fuck. And I'm going to look like an idiot at the end of this weekend. But yeah, I am on Punahele Soriano to knock out Caramel Thunder Miguel Baeza this weekend. So move on to the next one, where we have the Cuban Missile Crisis, Julian Marquez. He is going to be taking on Zach Reese. Taking a look at the face-offs, Zach Reese, a big guy, but let's be honest, Julian Marquez, he's not, what's the word I'm looking for? He is for sure used to fighting these tall guys, as the majority of his fights have been against these taller guys to begin with. Well, I guess the ones that are really sticking out are the ones that he's losing, to be honest. But I just heard a gunshot, so that's not good. Zach Reese is the tall guy, but in his UFC debut, he got slam knocked out by Cody Brundage. So not the best look there. Currently, odds for this fight, minus 142, Julian Marquez, plus 120 for Zachary Reese. If I'm going to be honest, I really don't want to bet on either one of these dorks. I'm just hoping that one of the two can finish the other one sometime in the first two rounds, to be honest. I don't mind the under 1.5 at minus 166. But if you want to, if you have to know who wins this fight, give me Julian Marquez to knock out Zach Reese, I guess. Yeah. But truly my play for this fight is it to go under 1.5 at minus 166. But that's going to be one where I'm like, I'm just kind of going to sit back and watch here. Let's move on to the next one, where we have the Hulk, Bruno Ferreira, taking on Dustin Stolfoots. They upsetted Punahele Soriano in his last fight. So take a look at the face-off. Nothing we didn't know here. I guess I expected there to be a little bit more of a height disadvantage for the Hulk here, but yeah, Dustin Stolfoots not too much bigger than him. I guess I thought he was just going to be way bigger. It's not like the Hulk can't wing punches and land on Dustin Stolfoots. And truly, I think this is how it goes, along with basically everyone else. Currently, odds for this fight, minus 270 for the Hulk, Bruno Ferreira, plus 220 for Dustin Stolfoots. So I personally think that the Hulk, Bruno Ferreira, knocks out Dustin Stolfoots, minus 135, but I mean, you're laying chalk on a prop at that point. Bruno Ferreira KO round 1 or 2 just to get plus money is plus 100. So that's probably the way I'm going. Bruno Ferreira to win by knockout in round 1 or 2 at plus 100. So give me the Hulk, Bruno Ferreira, round 1 knockout, to be honest. That's how it's going to happen. So up next, we do have El Problema Nino, Raul Rosas Jr. taking on pretty Ricky Tercios. Ricky Tercios looks like he may have put some size on up there. But kept his shirt on when facing off against Raul Rosas Jr. But a quite heated face-off. Let's be real. Let's get into the odds first. Raul Rosas Jr. minus 240. Ricky Tercios plus 198. And how do I say this? I think we're all in agreement on how this fight happens. I think we're all on Raul Rosas Jr. to win this fight right now, but he's quite a big favorite. Raul Rosas Jr. to win this fight in round 1 or 2, which I think is a very good play, is plus 210 right now. So he can win by KO or sub in round 1 or 2. I think that's a very solid play. And probably one of the plays, the safest plays with big plus money that I like. Raul Rosas Jr. round 1 or 2. Because let's be honest, Raul Rosas Jr. is basically a 135-pound Khamzat Chimaev. And That's how his fights happen. And UFC is setting him up perfectly here against someone that has the worst takedown defense that I have probably ever seen. Ricky Tercios just, you could say, hey, I'm going to take you down. And Ricky Tercios would just start falling over because he's just that ready to go to the ground. Zero takedown defense. I'm sure it's not actually zero. I'm sure he has some percentage there, but yeah, just terrible takedown defense. I just, it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of round one, Raul Rosas Jr. has 6 takedowns in the first round. But yeah, give me Raul Rosas Jr. to finish Ricky Tercios in one of the first 2 rounds in a sneaky little play that I happen to like just a little bit is Raul Rosas Jr. The line has moved just a little bit since I played it before the chat right now. I still like it. Raul Rosas Jr. to win by KO in round 1 or 2 right now on FanDuel is plus 1,200. And come on now, if he takes Ricky Tercios down, there's a 50-50 chance. What's going to happen? Is he going to start wailing on him, get the ground and pound, or is he going to go for the submissions? You know, what happens if he defends the choke 2 times? He's just going to start punching him, and he could get the ground and pound finish. Give me Raul Rosas Jr. To win this fight via second round ground and pound finish. And once again, Raul Rosas Jr. to win by KO, round 1 or 2, plus 1,200. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's see what you guys got to say. We've got Austin. Feel like we've been waiting a year for this Raul Rosas Jr. fight. Yeah, it was scheduled for Mexico City, but yeah, that didn't happen. What's more likely to happen? Ferreira by KO in round 1 or Tamar Amanda under 2.5? Man, I actually like both of those plays because I actually, man, no, I like both of those plays, Sean, because Bruno Ferreira, all of his wins, I think besides one, are by first round knockout. And on the other hand, Puja Tamar's got terrible ground game, and Hayani Amanda, that is her game. So if that fight stays on the feet, Puja Tamar definitely the better striker of the two. But it is women's MMA. But I personally like both of your plays, to be honest. Yeah, what I would do is just put them together and put like $5 on it and hope for the best, man. But I actually like both of those. Randy Poppy says Raul Rosas Jr. by finish. That's where I am going to Randy Poppy. So we'll move on to the co-main event of the evening, which is Dominic the Devastator Reyes taking on the Hanyak Dustin Jacoby. Yeah, going to be a fun fight. We're going to find out if the Devastator, Dominic Reyes, is completely washed or not. I'm not saying because if he loses to Dustin Jacoby, he's washed. But, you know, there's a big step down in the punching power of opponents that he's fighting at this point. Currently, odds for this fight, Dominic Reyes plus 194, your underdog. Dustin Jacoby minus 240, your favorite. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Dustin Jacoby to win this fight, 3-or decision, plus 185. Dustin Jacoby to win this fight, round 1 or 2, is plus 145. So it looks like the odd makers are thinking Dustin Jacoby is going to finish Dominic Reyes in one of the first 2 rounds, opposed to the third or win by decision. And as sad as it is to say, I kind of have to agree. I just feel like Dominic Reyes' chin is just gone. What's his confidence like? He basically ran his face into the Ryan Spann jab in the last fight and got knocked out. It's just like, dude, it's just not a good look. And how I see is what's going to happen. Dustin Jacoby is going to throw one of his hands up here, nowhere near Dominic Reyes, and he's going to punch straight. And if that's going to knock out Dominic Reyes, I'm calling it now because he does this shit all the time where he's like this and he'll throw a punch and it's going to knock Dominic Reyes out. It's going to make no sense. He's going to defend a punch that's nowhere near him and yet going to get knocked out by the one that's coming his way. So give me Dustin Jacoby, second round at knockout. But if he won this fight via decision, it would make me feel better about Dominic Reyes going forward. But you guys, if he finishes Dom Reyes by knockout in literally any of the rounds, man, the UFC has to cut Dominic Reyes. They have to. Yeah. But give me Dustin Jacoby to win this fight. I do see why he is the favorite. Let's see what you guys got to say real quick before we go on to the main event. Going for the handsome fella Rosas. Oh, you know, he is a handsome guy. You know what? I'm sure he doesn't get too many compliments. Reyes via flying scissor heel hook. That would be wild. Pooja versus Amanda over 2.5 and the other two women fights to go. Pooja versus Amanda over 2.5 and the other two women's fights to go the distance in a parlay. Good luck, Ray. Good luck, man. There's some violence. There's some violence here. And the main event of this weekend is the Killer Gorilla, Jared Cannonier. He is going to be taking on Nasruddin, the Russian sniper Imavov. Face off. Oh, Nasruddin Imavov, a big guy. Currently odds for this fight plus 104 for Jared Cannonier. Still the underdog at this point in the week. I didn't think he would be. I thought it would have flipped, to be honest. Nasruddin Imavov minus 122, your favorite. I'm sticking to my guns here. I like Jared Cannonier to win this fight, but I feel like a lot of people do. So that kind of scares me that that everyone's kind of on this side and he's still the underdog. So I don't know. My player for this fight is Jared Cannonier to win this fight in 4-5 or decision, and you can get that on FanDuel right now at plus 180. I'm sticking to it. Nasruddin Imavov might win the first two rounds, but by that third round, he's going to be just bouncing. That third round, he's going to be tired, and I expect Jared Cannonier to take over and win round 3, 4, and 5. So give me Jared Cannonier to win the fight 4-5 or decision. I expect him to maybe, if he gets a finish, it'll be in that 4th or 5th round. But if not, hopefully Jared Cannonier gets the dub via decision. So Jared Cannonier via decision is going to be where I'm going on that. And if you want to be ballsy enough to bet that, Jared Cannonier via points is plus 230. So let's see what you guys got to say real quick. Rhea is going to be a grappler this fight, sub in round 2. I guess we'll see, Randy. I wouldn't hate it. Killer Gorilla by unanimous decision. Hopefully. And Daniel saying, I'm actually shocked he's the underdog. Yeah, man. And earlier in the week, he was like plus, I think when I saw him, he was like plus 125. I was like, damn, he's that big of an underdog. But yeah, all the way down plus 104 now. So it's getting close, but I don't think it's going to flip or it would have flipped. It wouldn't surprise me if it kind of started going back the other way. We might get Jared Cannonier tomorrow at plus 110. That's my guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still going Jared Cannonier. I think he's the better fighter. Let's be honest. So that being said, let's move on to the fun part. The change to the cheddar. As I said in the beginning, I have 3 $10 parlays and 2 $5 parlays, so $40 in total. Remember, trying to keep it rolling from last weekend. We had I think I had $45 last week, and $20 of the parlays hit and we won a little bit over 200. So just hope to keep it rolling this weekend. So it's time for the change to the cheddar. So we'll start with the ones where we can win the least and move to where we can win the most. So our first parlay is going to be a $10 parlay. It's a 6-leg parlay, $10 to win $120.95. It's a plus 1,109. It starts off with Eduardo Mora versus Denise Gomes to go under 2.5 rounds. As I said, I do think one of the girls finishes the other one. Our next fight is Charlie Radke versus Carlos Prates to start round 2. Basically hoping Charlie Radke goes out there and just double legs Carlos Prates and holds him down the first round. Our third leg to that is going to be Julian Marquez versus Zachary Reese to go under 1.5 rounds. Once again, we're just hoping one of those two dorks finish each other. We got our next leg, Raul Rosas Jr. money line at minus 230. We've got Dominic Reyes versus Dustin Jacoby to start round 2 at minus 260. Once again, your butthole might be a little puckered that round 1 if Dominic Reyes starts getting knocked around the ring. But yeah. And then our last leg is going to be Jared Cannonier versus Nasruddin Imavov to start round 4 at minus 225. Very chalky parlay. All chalk money, but $10 to win 120 at plus 1,100. Kind of our safety one where at worst, hopefully we can double up. So we'll move on to our next one where we have a 4-leg. It is $5 to win $181.38. It's a 4-leg. It is Daniel Marcos to win the fight in round 3 or by decision at plus 145. Once again, Zachary Reese, Julian Marquez under 1.5. We just need one of them to finish the other one. It don't matter how. We got Raul Rosas Jr. to win the fight in round 1 or 2 at plus 230. And probably one of my favorite plays, Jared Cannonier 4-5 or decision. I actually think that might have. I'm not sure if that changed just a little bit or not, but I still like it. Probably hasn't changed too much. Jared Cannonier 4-5 or decision. $5 on that should win you somewhere around $181.38. And our last smallish one is $10 to win $191. It is 4 legs plus 1,815. Hayani Dos Santos to win by round 3 or decision. Yeah, so this is our kind of like if the other ones don't hit, this one should hit. Hayani round 3 or decision. Yeah, Taylor Lapis round 3 or decision. Daniel Marcos 3 or decision, and Jared Cannonier 4-5 or decision. So this is our decision parlay, if you will. $10 to win plus 191. And we've got our finish parlay is up next. Yeah, this is our second biggest one. $10, 5 legs to win. $10, 5 legs to win $975. It's a plus 96.51. Jerry Cannonier. I'm sorry, what am I doing? John Castaneda versus Daniel Marcos to go the distance at minus 205. Montana De La Rosa to win by points. Punahele Soriano to win by knockout in round 1 or 2 at plus 400. Raul Rosas Jr. To win in round 1 or 2. And Jared Cannonier versus Nasruddin Imavov to start round 4 at minus 225. And our last one, our big boy this week. If we win this one, we can basically lose the rest of the year and it don't matter. This is our basic. I think my dog just threw up. That sounded disgusting. Yeah. This is our knockout parlay, basically. Ludovic Klein to win by knockout round 1 or 2, plus 450. Punahele Soriano to win by knockout round 1 or 2, plus 400. Bruno Ferreira KO round 1 or 2 at plus 100. And Raul Rosas Jr. round 1 or 2 knockout at plus 1,300. $5 on that will win you $3,850. So that's our biggest one this week. 4 legs. Hoping for 4 round 1, round 2 knockouts. And yeah, just hoping for the best. Let's see what you guys got to say here. How is Rosas going to win? Damage. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think Ricky Tercios has ever been submitted. So I'm thinking maybe like ground and pound is how I think Raul Rosas Jr. wins. So with that being said, let's move on to the last segment of today's show, the weekly Predict the Fight game. So every single week on my community here, let me show you guys. Let me pull up the community tab. For some reason, I don't have my YouTube up. Man, okay. Well, let me just minimize myself in the meantime. Give you guys something else to look at besides my ugly mug. All right. Let's do that. Come on. View channel. And I already have the post scheduled to go live at 11 p.m. So in about 13 minutes, it will be posted. But for the community tab this week, so just like it is every single week, it will be on the community tab, and it will look just like make sure I am sharing. It'll look just like this right here. So, well, where are we at? Come on, you thing. This is on the community tab. So in around 10-15 minutes on the community tab on my channel, this will be posted up here. And it'll be for the main event this weekend of Jared Cannonier versus Nasruddin Imavov. So just like always, make your pick for the fight. You guys know how to do this at this point. And you win 2 packs from any of my available blasters that I have. And, you know, now that you guys know where it's at on the community tab, as it always is, let's look at what the prize is this week. Obviously, it is, 2 packs for many of the blasters I have. Still got all the blasters. Not going to get them all up here because I don't want to knock any of the packs out. But we have some sick cards this week, if I'm going to be honest. And, if you guys follow the channel pretty regularly, you guys should know what a couple of these cards are going to be. So for prizes for the weekly Predict the Fight game, starting off with a blue rated rookie out of 2023 Donruss Optic. It is 10 of 99 for the Sexy Mexi, John Castaneda. We have 2 Ludovic Kleins from 2024 Chrome. It is a X-Fractor and just the regular refractor. We also have a negative Raul Rosas Jr. from 2024 Chrome. We have a rookie, Dustin the Hanyak Jacoby, rookie from 2022 Prism. That is his rookie silver there. From 2023 Prism, we've got the Devastator, Dominic Reyes. Also, from 2024 Chrome, we've also have Dominic the Devastator Reyes. From 2024 Midnight, that expensive ass product. Yep, right here. Dominic, the Devastator Reyes, autograph Midnight. That's in there this week. And that's not it. We got some cards for the main event. Nasruddin, the Russian Sniper Imavov, rookie, 2023 Prism here. We also have a rated rookie, Nasruddin Imavov from 2023 Optic. And the last card, why not just double it up? How about that? 2 autographs this week. A rated rookie autograph for the Russian Sniper, Nasruddin Imavov. So these cards, I think it's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards this week, and also 2 packs from any of the blasters that I have. So once again, it'll be on the community tab. So in about 10 or so minutes for the members exclusively. So, once again, if you are not a member and you would like to become a member, just please click join, and it is $5 per month. But you have a chance to win UFC cards every single UFC fight week if you can predict the fight correctly. So yeah, hopefully you guys are a fan of the Predict the Fight prize this week. A lot of good cards, 2 autographs, which I'm not able to do often, but I had some sick ones. And I feel like I should throw them in there. We got Mo Bear dropping the fires. Hell yeah, hell yeah. And with that being said, I don't see a few people in here that are normally in here, but it's okay. I shipped out all you guys' what are they called? Duck race packages. So you should be getting them. I know Sugar Sharp got his already, and I also put some stickers in there as well. So you guys enjoy the little like the stickers that I traded for the UFC cards. Yeah, and Lens the Rock, I shipped your stuff out today. I think I got an email back from you. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. With that being said, I hope all of you win some cards and win some money this weekend. So remember, Predict the Fight game is on the community tab. That'll be posted in about 5 or 10 minutes now. And yeah, I'll be back here Monday for the Monday recap, hopefully wearing this here Cheddar chain because we won another weekend. But you know, let's stay humble. Just because we won one weekend doesn't mean we're going to win all the weekends. So just hoping to slowly keep it rolling over here this weekend. So as I always say, please remember, if you are betting your hard-earned money on this fight, on these fights this weekend, please do not be betting anything that you cannot afford to lose, because at the end of the day, it is a fist fight and anything can happen. These huge favorites lose all the time. When I see these people betting thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, that makes me absolutely sick to my stomach to think that you have that much confidence in someone in a fist fight. So please be careful out there this weekend. You see how much I'm betting, $5 and $10. I'm really just doing this for fun, trying to spread my knowledge, share my knowledge with you guys. And as you see, we've been winning a little bit over here this year on the channel. So Change the Cheddar was a new addition back to the channel this year. I used to do it, and then no one used to watch it, and I brought it back this year, and you know what? It's become a hit for the most part. So I truly appreciate y'all for the support this year. We're getting close to halfway through the year now, and yeah, just so far so good, you know. So truly thank you guys. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy if you haven't already. But with that being said, I'm not going to stay here anymore. Just one more time, keep a lookout on the community tab for the Predict a Fight game. That'll be up at 11 p.m. East Coast time. It is for the main event, Nasruddin Imavov versus Jared Cannonier. Just put your prediction for the fight, and if you are correct, win these 11 cards and 2 packs from any of the blasters that we got here every single week. So with that being said, I truly appreciate all of you guys for stopping by, hanging out with your boy Matt here over on the Golden Octagon tonight. I'll catch all of you guys Monday for the Monday recap. And yeah, good luck this weekend, you guys. Good luck. Have a good weekend, boys. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.